Jarius here again, and welcome back to another episode of DWJ Draw with Jarius, and episode 11, and as I'm counting, and I have a pretty fun showcase for you guys. But nevertheless, if you're not in the know, this is essentially my series of talking of give me a chance to have a conversation with you guys and get in the know with what's going on, as well as our approach to have something playing in the background whilst we talk, and yeah, catch up with things, and basically where I can share my thoughts on whatever and whenever is on me mind. So yeah, I do hope that you come to enjoy our conversation, and this says the study that I have in the background playing for you guys. And that study is uh, over a inspiration of my favorite artist, as well as my dream style, or what's what's another word for inspiration? Um, I can't think of another word other than inspiration, but yeah, an inspiration of my inspiration, as silly as that may sound. um, so yes, what we have here is a based off of um, my favorite artist, as I've already said that. I'm still getting used to this. But anyway, so as ever, my inspiration is Shichiro Yamamoto, and you can find him on Twitter at, let me look it up. I got it. At Udon0531. And yeah, you'll find that his artworks are very pleasing to the eye, and they're very fun to look at and just be in awe of. That maybe I'm being too strong on that, but it's just really surreal to see my dream art style literally in view, and I haven't even have it myself yet. Like, his method of going about it is literally what I have envisioned, and it's like, obviously may not be tit for tat, but it's like, yeah, he's a very um it's like literally it, his painty style, and is also simple but still versatile in its approach to coloring and the line art as well. Because the thing about line art is, with this line art in particular, is that it's still sketchy, but it's not like messy in a sense. So like, um, we're not so fixated on getting every line perfect or having every um, stroke have a reason to it. It's very randomized but still harmonized, which is something that is really neat to um, realize, because, as ever, I do love to get into studies and understand what it is that the artist is thinking about when it comes to rendering and just the overall approach to how to do it. Because there's all kinds of approaches and methods for all kinds of things. So that's where it's like, for me, figuring out what method is it that I want. Because for the longest of time, the only artist I have been studying is him. And so it's gone to a point now where it's like, I love his style, I love his art, and I love his uh, way of doing things. But at the same time, it's like, I also realize that um, it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. Like, it's important to get inspiration from all kinds of people. And so, in a way, it helps so that it uh, improves faster, as I've noticed, rather than just having my eyes on one character. I take inspiration from multiple artists, and so that has been a great help in my growth with drawing and helping me to understand it just a little bit more. And so, that being said, um, studying his art and understanding his style is like a subcategory in a sense in terms of like the style that I want for myself because uh, is it makes for quick, efficient work, and still I do want to incorporate a excuse me, a approach that is um like that you can look at it and it's like, whoa, I know that guy. It's him. There he is. You know, like basically have a style that is distinguished and is pronounced. Um, essentially to where it you can look at an artwork and you just know it's them. And so that is the kind of vibe that I want to go for. And so in order to do that, I'm taking bits and pieces of everyone's art and interpreting it in a way that makes sense to me. And so, with this being my secondary style, with Satoru Yamamoto's art style, uh, I do want to get a get a hold on that while I'm still figuring out my main style and my main method to art. And so it makes for good effort too because it's like it keeps me from feeling tired or like overwhelmed because the approaches to Soichiro Yamamoto's style is pretty consistent. And so it doesn't have it to where it's like um, complicated or difficult because with his art it's only as complicated as uh, you make it, and he makes it very fun and still challenging as well. And that's the kind of style I'm all for you know. And so it's always good to see that and to look back on this piece literally right after I was finishing it. It was like as I zoomed out that it's really coming together. Like it's really good. It's really good. I love it. Uh, but anyway, that's my little rant there. Um, I do hope that I haven't come to bore you with my uh, chats, and I could say I can see um, that it's comforting that now we're at. Hold on, let me pull that. Let me pull that. Now that we're at 46 subscribers, so hooray! You know, it's nice to see that people like what I do. It's reassuring. Uh, I'm still getting used to talking to the camera, as well as talking in general. Um, so yeah, it's much appreciated. Thank you, and it's always fun to share my drawing and my journey with um, videos and getting to talk, and um, challenge myself in ways that are fun and growing as well. Like, not just with art, but also with me, myself. So it's really nice. Um, as ever, it's like it gives me a motivation to improve on myself and um, get a better handle on using my brain essentially in ways that I'm don't usually use. So, like, for example, um, ideas for conversation. That is something that is still um, on the works that I am on. And so it's like, how can I give people something to, like, common ground? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, common ground for others to join in on, and as well as for me to have an understanding and something that I can relate to, you know? So, it's been really nice. So, like, for example, like these videos, one of a theme that I've adopted is a drawing videos. So, like, drawing a shy silent witch, drawing a Cindery sneakerhead. Those are kind of like a style kind of videos, and it's been quite the surprise with how it approached. So, like, the first one that I did, it was the drawing a Coke Gremlin, Fiofers, and so that got over 200 views, and it was out of the blue. I was like, oh, okay, wow, hooray, So that got me thinking, like, okay, so this would make for a good um, opportunity to not only, be content, but also for me to showcase the studies that I do for the said character. So, like, one thing I always love is to get some sketches of the character before I take on the real deal, with the illustration. It basically gives me a practice and a warm up essentially before before I tackle the actual art piece, so that I am equipped and have a better understanding of the character before I go into it blindly, essentially, because it may sound simple but true in that drawing a character more gives you a better understanding of the character. And so that is basically my approach to that and how I'm thinking. Because I do want to be my very best in whatever it is that I'm drawing. So it figures, oh, well, all right, there's opportunity there. And yeah, it's been a consistent form of content, and it's very, I absolutely love it to do it. And so it's not tiring whatsoever. Um, and it makes it so that I can um, draw faster, basically. Because in the videos, I do like 3 or 4 sketches, and they take me like sometimes a little over an hour, but it takes around an hour in general for all of them. So, what I would like to do is develop more time into doing them because um, one thing it is that my attention span has been a work in progress, and so my fear with doing that is, you know, the longer it goes on, the more obvious it looks that my attention span is getting weak, and it's like, oh, and like the more I'm doing it, the more I'm coming to understand that I just gotta push through it, and it's not something that is easy to do, but it's worth it, and it's something that I would want to do so that I can draw more in less time, basically. Because the whole time I thought it was like my problem was that I'm just drawing slow, but it's like that's not really the problem here. It's that my attention span is literal poop. So it makes it so that I can um, self critique myself. Going back to the YouTube helping me to improve myself uh, topic that I was saying earlier. So, yeah, there's the great thing there. What I also hope to do and would like to do is figure out better ways to do thumbnails and the style of thumbnails as well, because the there's a lot that I see with thumbnails and with just like the general videos of YouTube, and the art videos as well. Their thumbnails is like, wow, like really good. And so I'm over here thinking like, how can I incorporate their style thumbnails with the style of videos that I do, And so again, my uh, process with YouTube and my approach to it isn't necessarily to be a tutorial channel. It's more like my approach to it is like a journal, essentially, like a catalog of drawings that is uh, hopefully helpful to others without me directly saying, so this is how uh, to do this or that. Like, of course, I'm still learning myself to, and that's going to be like a ongoing um, journey for that, with like, learning and getting better. Like, I don't ever want to fool myself into thinking that this is as good as I'm gonna get, or like I don't need to improve or any of that. Like, I hear it a lot with other artist videos, and how they say like drawing it's easy, or that um it takes not a lot of effort, and I'm over here like, this is false advertisement. And it's like, it's easy for them to say that because they're obviously at a point where they're really good at it. And it's like, to me, it's not so much that it's easy, it like more to me that it gets less and less hard, because there's always something to draw, there's always something to improve on. It's not a simple max out, essentially. So like, you don't just go from a level 1 to a level 100 and it just caps there. Like, um I want to be able to understand as much as I can, as long as I can. So that's my thought process there. But anyway, going back to my approach to YouTube, it's like, I also don't want to be redundant or boring with content either. So, like, there's all kinds of ideas that I want to do, and it's the how to do it that is keeping me in brainstorms, you know? Because, again, I do want to keep the style of my channel as like a sketchbook, or like a, a journal. Oh my gosh. Yeah, a journal, to where you can just flip through the videos and you can see the improvement just right there. It's like a video illustrations, essentially. Like, the style of the thumbnails is the approach to that I'm thinking of going for, and figuring out how to do it better, and just what it is that I'm wanting to incorporate, because there is a lot to learn, and there is a lot that is calls for great study, and so one inspiration on YouTube for me has been Sam Does Art, and he is really good, and not just with his art, but also his approach to YouTube. And so his style of videos is tutorial and being fun with it, as well as engagement with his community. And so that's the kind of thing that I would like to do, but as well as put my own spin on it, because again, like, even if I, well, not if, but when I do get to that point where I um, can actually feel comfortable with others learning from me, I'll still find ways to learn myself and help others understand their own art. And hopefully, we can all teach each other. And so that's always something uh, really happy to look forward to. So, yes, I do ever so want to keep growing and learning, and so that I'm able to do more and hopefully help you and you help me, and we can all help each other do more as well. So, like for example, the comments and the likes, it has been uh, quite motivating and fun to like actually talk to people. You know, it like it's such a wholesome and like surreal to think about. You know, like the idea of getting comments and the likes and the shares. It's like, oh, it's overloaded. I love it. Because like at this point, I've been drawing for quite some time now, and I've been stepping back from social media so that I can focus on improving myself and uh, finding the courage to come to accept what it is that is going on, and so like uh, I give you guys some lore. I am not someone that has been that grew up with anime. Um, I My hometown and my childhood, it was quite um, solitude, and my approach to fun was like uh, playing games on the GameCube and playing outside with my toys and playing with dirt piles, and so it is basically like a outdoor style kind of character that I am, because I would watch shows like the Dragon Ball and Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, but that was more because of my brother, and it gave us chances to bond, and my likenesses are not only the anime but also just modern things as well. Like I really like the music and movies that are a bit unconditional. So like I absolutely loved Coraline growing up, and as well as like Blade and Underworld. That though those that movie was introduced to me by my parents, is um, that was fun too. As well as I know a lot of horror movies, and I'm quite the geek on '80s music, and so it's like when I got introduced to anime, it was more on the lines of how to say it, like it was because it looked fun and dynamic and cute that got me to like it. You know, like the visuals of it, um, before the atmosphere of it. Like, it, that probably doesn't make sense, but basically, it's like when I think of anime back then when I was in my teens, it was what came to mind to me was the those stereotypes of the big boobs and the butts and honestly the hentai as well. So basically, my thought process of anime growing up was that, and so it was like it's not really my cup of tea, you know. Um, but then when I in high school, I was introduced to Doki Doki Literature Club by my cousins, and so that gave me a new light to anime and seeing the potential of beauty that comes with it. And so it was then that I came across my favorite anime, who also uh, it was made by my favorite artist again, Soichiro Yamamoto. And so it made it to where it's like, okay, so now I'm understanding why people love this stuff, you know, and getting used to the fact that drawing anime and being an anime artist, it feels like foreign for me to say that because a lot of artists find it uh, hard to relate to, or like it feels like I'm the odd one out here because I didn't grow up with it, and you know, in a sense, I'm still new to it and getting a footing on it, and so it's a learning process and improving process as well because it's like I love anime and I love drawing, and it's just the thing is that I didn't get to grow up doing those things. You know, like a lot of growing up with me in my thinking, it was just um, getting through with the school and having fun with family. You know, it's like that's pretty much my summary of my life with the before I graduated. Um, I didn't think to make time for myself and uh, understanding the things that I like and like really taking uh, accountability for uh, my traits and like the things that I like. And so, you know, one thing that I like, of course, is anime, and I like the romance, and I like the atmosphere of it. You know, the visuals of it are really beautiful, and the storytelling as well. You know, there's a lot of great anime with great story, like My Hero Academia, and Railgun is another one. Though those are like modern, of course, and I'm trying to think of another one. Um, oh, he, um, y'all may say that I'm a weeb, but Day to Live, Day to Live is a pretty good one, and although I haven't finished that one, I think I was on season 3 or 4, and then I fell off the wagon there. But there is also um, what's another one? It's like okay, so here's another thing, like talking and thinking. Well, multitasking basically, as I'm still getting used to that. Um, oh my goodness, what is it that I'm? That's that one, the one I'm trying to think of, you guys. Oh my goodness. Um, it's um. Oh, also One Punch Man that I like as well. That was funny, but that's not the one I was thinking of. Oh my gosh. Man, I can't. Trying to think about it. Oh, Overlord. That's it. Overlord. Yes. Um, is a very um interesting atmosphere. Overlord is. It gives me that Nightmare Before Christmas vibes, and so that has got me to really love it. So I think if I was to rank the top 4, let me think. What would I put top 4 of my favorite anime? Uh, Number 4, I think I would have to give it to um, My Hero Academia. And number 3, I would have to say it's uh, Railgun. Number 2, I think it'd be Overlord. And then, of course, number 1 would be Karakejozu no Take-san. Um, Honestly, like, there's all kinds of anime that I have watched, and I can't. It's like you get overloaded, and it's like hard to think about them all, and so. Uh, but yeah, it's fun, and getting caught up with anime and the storytelling of it is quite the atmosphere. Like drawing itself is a form of storytelling, and anime it goes hand in hand really. Like it's quite surreal to think about how uh similar yet different the two aesthetics are. So like um being able to draw amazingly may not convert to being able to tell a story amazingly. So, like, drawing the backgrounds specifically, like, that's something that I'm still figuring out because one of the dreams that I would love to do is make my own manga. And in order to do that, it's like it takes a culmination of skills because there's like perspective and background and composition. It's like it's a lot, and so um, it's been about like taking time with it and not being in a rush with it as well because uh, it's about the journey, not the destination, right? So it's been quite the journey and a fun one as well. Um, like officially diving into um, social media has been quite interesting, and I'm still getting used to it. But YouTube has been helping me, and I get that consistent muscle growth growing, and so yeah, it's been really great to not only see it, but also feel it as well. So yes, I much love it. Good stuff. Good stuff, y'all. So as far as what's been up with me lately, um, the other day, um, went to a family gathering for my grandma's birthday. So that was lovely and fun. It's always good to get in some family time. Um, I also understand that may not always be the case for others, and to where it's like, ugh, here we go again with seeing family. I can understand that wholeheartedly as well. Um, so it's like you gotta make the best of it. As it is, it's been quite complicated situation with my family and relationships and all that, but it's like making the honest approach to see the better side of things so that we don't stay in a rut, especially. Um, and it was fun, getting to see my cousins and uncle and grandpa. Um, it was really fun. It also got me to realize something, and that this is fun too. So, as I was playing with my cousin, my younger cousin, and he was playing with his dog, and we were all together, and playing catch with the dog. And so, he's a Yorkie. And for those of you not in the know, Yorkies are basically the small little dogs. Let me just make sure I'm correct on this. Uh, Yorkshire Terrier, as they say. Oh, it's a toy dog. Yeah, yes, toy dog. Yeah, they're quite the fun little dogs. um, and so the dog was a very fun little guy and very active, and so um, it made for a great opportunity to bond with my cousins and get away from the drama that, as you guys may know, hopefully you don't, for your sake, and I hope for you, and that you don't know. It's like finding a good laugh in the midst of family drama is always good. Um, I do, as ever, strive to not make things uh, in the sad side of things, or like um, think about the negative things that could always get us down. So, like, for example, a common example that you may relate to is that beating yourself down when learning to draw and seeing something that looks terrible. Uh, I speak for myself, of course. I'm not speaking um, towards anyone. Uh, but yeah, when I started out, I got really frustrated at myself and sad as well, and it got it to where it's like I don't want to do this anymore. uh, Man, I sounded really sad there, didn't I? um, don't worry, guys, I'm all good now. um, but yeah, like it got really frustrating. Um, but it's all about pushing through it. Um, it's a temporary um, situation in whatever it is, and I'm talking far more than just drawing there, of course. Like, um, it's just like for the example, was being in the beginner arc, I will say, it's temporary, and it's like you just get better at it. We all just get better at it, and so there's a fun and a beauty to that, because um, it's like what is what looks bad to uh, you may look good to someone else, and vice versa. And so that is a quite the freeing view to see it, because it's like um, looking back at my first sketchbook, it was like, oh my goodness, wow, thank God I'm not there anymore. And so it's like uh, always refreshing to look back on where we start so that we remember where we are, which is much better than where we were. So, yes, there's that. I ain't trying to get all uh, moody or like sentimental. Uh, but yeah, I do ever so love to basically see the growth there. You know, so like here, um, I'm doing my best to incorporate Soichiro Yamamoto's style with his rendering, and it's like not so much to get it word for word, but just make sense of it. Because that has been my approach to it for this whole time. And one of my main focuses for the short term is to get a better understanding of his style so that uh, when I take off the training wheels, so to speak, you know, to where I don't have to look at his art to figure out what he would do. Rather, I would just um, put my own spin on it and uh, not be aimless about it either, you know? Because that's another thing that is um, important to understand as well, that um, as much as I do my best efforts to uh, understand his style and study his style, there comes a point too that to approach it in a way that is unique, because um, there's all kinds of art styles out there, and they all have their own spin on things, and so that's what I would want to do too. Have my own spin on the art style, but also still, you know, take influence and inspiration from it, because it's always good to learn from others so that uh, rather than only just learning from yourself, because um, my style of learning is being self-taught and understanding at my own pace, you know, and so it makes it to where um, I'm also not limiting myself to figuring out things on my own. But yeah, another thing that has been on my mind to learn as I've been seeing this is brushes. In case you may have not noticed, I have a lot of brushes in the categories that you may see on that top right, and yeah, it's a lot to incorporate and understand because figuring out what it is that I'm uh, figuring out what it is that I'm trying to uh, put on the paper is the brushes, because there's like all kinds of approaches and textures and all that, and it's like it makes it so that there's always something to figure out and play with, and so it's like the thing that it's like the more I think about it is like drawing really is much like a game. It just doesn't have the traditional remote controller, so to speak. Or if you want to say the remote controller, it would be your stylus, the drawing pen that you have. And the game, or what you're playing, is the illustration that whatever it may be that you're working on. And so it's really about finding ways to uh, look at it from a positive perspective, isn't it? Like, I see it a lot where, and you even feel it as well, like, drawing is boring, and it's like, I can really understand that. And feel it as well. Like, there's a lot of technicalities that, um, with the layering and the uh, perspective and the materials and all that. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's a lot to um, study on and focus. But we gotta find whatever we can to look at it in a good way. But yeah, uh, that's gonna take us to the end here. I hope you've enjoyed our talk as well as seeing the finished art piece that we have going here. But aside from all that, I'll see you later. Bye bye.